Hi, it's Norman Raad from Raad Auctions and Sales, and today I sit here with Bakkies Reyneke, our lead deal maker in the company, who's got a nice portfolio of properties to sell in Polokwane and in Nelspruit. We're going to discuss some of those properties here today, as well as discuss the market, where the property market is at the moment and the challenges that we've been facing, and the turn around in buyers asking for properties and what do we have on the market, and we're going to discuss those opportunities and just generally speak about where we think the market is going and where we've come from. So Bakkies, you've got a beautiful, nice portfolio that you're selling in Polokwane and in Nelspruit. Can you just elaborate a little bit more about the properties and what's been happening in the market? Have you got buyers, a lot of people phoning?
Yeah, thanks, Norm. We've got the Moolman portfolio in Polokwane. We've got some proper retail properties coming to market there. We've got a government tenant and office building there, which is also seeing a lot of demand. Moving up to Nelspruit, we've got the Shoprite Centre, Shoprite and Meatwood Centre, and just up the road from there, we've got the PEP and Capitec building on Henschel Street. Also, not to forget, we've got the beautiful property in Mikado, the game, which we're also seeing a lot of action on. Just to give you a brief overview on the portfolio, it's 80% retail properties, and it's got all your highline tenants. It's got the Peps, the Fernmarts, the Fair Price, the Tacky Towns, the Best Elects, the Shoprites. So from that part of the portfolio, we're seeing a lot of demand and people just buying your everyday retail. These things are high street retail. It doesn't come to the market often. So yeah, the phones are ringing off the hook, and we're having a lot of interaction with investors.
So Bakkies, you've been working in the industry for nearly 10 years now, and we've seen ups and downs, and you've seen properties come to the market. I don't think we've seen such a nice portfolio that's reached the market, where there's the blue chip tenants, and so we've seen a lot of people phoning us now about those shopping centres and those properties. I mean, what do you think's changed over the last couple of months? Do you think it's just because of the asset, or do you think that there's now people believe that the interest rates have reached a high and there's going to be a decrease in the interest rates in the future? Or do you just think it's not enough available stock, suitable stock that's available for sale? Because we've seen a lot of properties come to the market, but not really quality.
I agree, Norman. I think it's a bit of both. I think people have come to terms with the fact that interest rates are high, But in saying that, this is Africa. They've come to the point where they know that things are not necessarily going to be better tomorrow. So they're going to have to make do with what's in front of them. So I think it's a bit of both. Definitely, the quality of stock is something I haven't seen in a while, and it's also the areas. Polokwane is as stable as any small town CBD out there. I mean, to say Polokwane is a small town, I think is not really the right statement, but Polokwane is strong. Nelspruit is strong. They have different types of markets. And so that's why I think we see the interest, because, like you say, the quality of stock is not something we see every day. And secondly, people have come to terms with South Africa as a market.
We're a very robust market. I mean, we've seen ups and downs, but I mean, I like Polokwane. I think most of the properties that we've taken to the market there, we've sold. And Nelspruit, there's demand there. I mean, there's a significant amount of properties have been sold. I mean, we've seen a recent portfolio that came to the market. There was buyers for that. Part of these government portfolios that were recently sold. So, it's quite exciting to have this portfolio on our books. I mean, from my point of view, I think we can expect levels of 10 and lower, 10% yields and lower on some of the assets. I mean, obviously, the commercial and the offices, there's challenges, but if they've got a tenant lined up for those buildings, they should also go.
Yeah, 100%, Norman. Like I said, we're seeing demand, especially in the vacant office block, where people, it's in the what do you call it, the government tenant node in Polokwane, even though it's on the smaller side. But there's a lot of parking. It's about an 8-9-year-old building. So we're seeing a lot of demand for that property. And going back to the retail properties, Norman, I agree with you 100%. We don't see this come to market often. I think values are going to hover around that 10%. Some of them are going to be between 10 and 11%, just because of the fact of the age of the property and the tenant the tenant disposition. But yeah, we're very excited. Well, the phones are ringing non-stop, so can't actually wait for auction day.
Yeah, so we haven't seen a lot of quality. We've seen a lot of distressed properties, a lot of land, a lot of commercial buildings we are vacant, looking for conversions. Really not a lot of quality assets. I mean, we should bode well for a very good auction. A lot of buyers phoning. I mean, I can see you tucked away in your office now, just making phone calls and returning phone calls. But on the other side, there's another number of properties that we also take into the market, and that's some of the bank stuff, some forced sales, some properties that are sitting in the balance sheets of some corporates that need to dispose of. How's that demand been? I mean, there have been calls, and it is difficult to get those away. But obviously, I think the sellers are now a lot more realistic. I think they're accepting a lot less. A vacant building or a vacant stand or property that's not going to be used in the near future or their future plans. I think they're starting to, their prices and their valuations starting to come down, and now we're starting to do some more deals along those lines and at those levels. What do you say?
I agree 100%, Norman. I think if there's no use for a building in the forthcoming future, people are just saying, let's cut our losses and move on with it. And seeing some of that bank work and the pieces of land. 2-3 years ago, these sellers would have said, no, I want a certain number for it because, we exposed on that property. Now we're coming to terms where there are buyers, like we said, the market's a little bit more bullish. People are looking for opportunity. And the moment there's opportunity and the sellers come down on its expectations, we're doing those deals. That's what we're seeing on a daily basis. But yeah, the parcels of land we've got coming onto auction, again, we've got interest in those properties, but all going to come down to price.
So it's obviously a buyer's market with vacant land and a buyer's market for commercial properties, but the opportunity is there. I mean, people make money when there's opportunity. I think people don't make money when everything's just flying. I think there's a lot of sheep and a lot of people following on. But in these times, when you have got the money or the ability to buy something at these levels, I think we should take them up.